Hi.
We're here at the Ballysally Focus on Family Community Centre, and I'm here to interview Andi, who is in charge of the Ballysally Sewing Club. So can you tell me a wee bit about that?
Certainly can. We have a range of people. Obviously tonight it's the Thursday night group. We also do a Tuesday morning and a Tuesday afternoon group. And we have been asked to do another group and we sort of went, we can't do it, it's just too much.
Are you that popular?
Sewing seems to be becoming a lot more popular. People are starting to make do and mend. And then you've got things like the British Sewing Bee, which I think starts tonight. So it keeps coming back in popularity. So what we started with was just little things for the house. I have a sitting guild in fashion and design, so I do the dressmaking. Jack, the other facilitator, does patchwork, bags and that sort of thing. I've learnt a lot off her and she's learnt a bit off me, I think. So.
Well, it's such a craft that you can just learn from each other.
Yeah, yeah. So we have done some projects that everybody's got to do, like this term's project that everybody had to do was use heirloom stitches, which is using the really fancy stitches on all the machines. Now, basic machines only have like straight stitch and zigzag, but we are very lucky we have sewing machines here that have some fancy stitching. Some of the girls own their own sewing machines and bring them in. I have one that does lots of fancy stitches, so I was lending that one out and Jack was lending hers out that has fancy stitches. And we were very lucky earlier this year we got an overlocker, which one of the girls was using tonight. I was re-threading it because she hadn't quite got the idea of using it yet. So we have the overlocker, we have basic sewing machines, we have some fancier sewing machines, so it would suit, the lessons sort of suit everybody of every age and every ability, from real beginners to someone who's really competent on the sewing machine. And it's just nice to be able to share what I learnt.
And it's such a social aspect of that, and passing things down.
It is, yeah. I mean, the group on a Thursday night, we have such a crack with them. They are brilliant. They're so funny.
And they seem brilliant out there.
Same with the Tuesday groups. You know, we've got. I mean, one of the boys is missing tonight, Timmy. So we don't really have Timmy and Devon here. Devon's my son. And Timmy's actually my son-in-law.
Well, it's nice that they're, interested in common.
Well, the thing is, they're lads, and they like going out and doing this airsoft malarkey. So they've been making themselves holsters and gun bags and stuff like that, and belts to stick their ammo and stuff on. So, and it's cheaper. It's a cheaper way for them to do it.
Oh yeah.
Some of the other girls. I mean, Thelma's in there. She's taking in her leggings at the moment. So some of it's just for alterations. But she also made herself an amazing Volkswagen Beetle doorstop. And I mean, it's really, really pretty. Donna's made some quilts. She's done some really nice quilts. She did one with fancy butterflies on it and stuff like that. I think she's got a bag at the moment. Yes, she is. She's on she's doing a big holiday bag. And then we've got some other girls that only started this term, so they've done the purse, which was with the fancy stitches. One of the girls has been taking up a lot of trousers because she goes thrifting. So she goes to the thrift shop and then takes it in or takes it up.
She's after my own part.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a great way of doing things, because if you go into a charity shop and you find something that you like, you can take it in, and I'll show them how to put darts in or pleats in or, you know, whatever they need. Unfortunately, myself, if I go into a charity shop, I usually have to take it out. But you know, little skills like that. Another girl's made cushions, and I showed her the joys of a rufflette foot that goes onto your machine and actually does the buckles for you. So she was quite chuffed with that. We do a lot of stuff, you know. There's other girls on a Tuesday, there's 2 that's making bags, there's one that's doing a quilted back rest thing for her sofa.
Gosh, it's so creative.
Yeah.
The different things. It's not just, you know.
We've had 3 other girls making teddies and rabbits and, you know, soft toys for their wee ones. So it's amazing what you can do. And I mean, we've got a lady in there tonight, and she sat doing a latch hook rug. Cause, you know, I craft. I do all sorts of craft. So I'm quite happy to help with wherever I can.
I did that once when actually.
Go away, I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
And I will remember you on Halloween when you want candy.
Because that's the worst they do. You know, we get, you know, they're...
Yeah, I'm lovely, because I just threatened to report candy.
We used to talk to our neighbours. I used to talk to my neighbours as kids.
Oh, how long have you been doing this?
So this group's been going, oh wow, we were running pre-COVID for about 1 or 2 years, and then when we had to shut for COVID, we were bagging up stuff. We did scrubs, bags, you know, scrub bags. Because of the quality of the work that we were putting out, one of the ladies came to me and said, would you consider making gowns? But we want them to be, they might have to be used as shrouds, because some of the people were. So I went online, we downloaded a pattern which I altered slightly because of, you know, we sit in guild, so I've got pattern cutting and stuff. We altered it slightly so that it covered everything. It wasn't one of these ones with gappy backs. It actually covered and gave them their dignity. So if they did have to go to their funeral homes in these, that they were covered and they were.
That's really considerate.
And we had one girl that comes on a Tuesday, and because there was only 3 of us allowed in the boardroom, she cut, and she was amazing. She must have cut about 30 to 40 gowns a day.
Wow.
Because we had that many girls out working for us. Thelma and Mary were 2 of the girls that did it. Donna's a newer arrival, so she wasn't there. I'm trying to think who else. It would have been mostly the Tuesday girls. But we were outsourcing the work, and we had Jill's husband, Dave, going around with his PP whatevers, shoving it in bags on the doorsteps, and the girls will take it in, sew it up, and then leave it back on the doorstep for Dave to come round and pick it up again. So it kept us going over COVID because we had something. We felt like we were doing something to help people, and we felt like useful. Because otherwise the isolation, you know, and we used to still have a laugh with the girls because I used to bring my tablet up and I used to sit there and FaceTime them all. We'd be on Facebook having a laugh and sitting down and having our coffee breaks together. And what have you done today, girls? How many you got? Go on, tell me. It was great. It really was. And I think while we were doing that, and we were sort of keeping in touch virtually, it kept us going because we felt like we weren't alone. So that was nice. We've been going ever since. As soon as we sort of got the all clear, we started off back with sort of slightly longer days because we could only have like 8 in the room plus me and Jack. It wasn't always possible to pinch the purple room, but if on a Tuesday if we kicked the kid staff back downstairs, and we'd use this room as well. Jack and I would, with our masks, looking absolutely gorgeous, go backwards and forwards to everybody. But you know, if it was dressmaking, then I'd probably be in with the dressmakers and she'd be in with the other staff.
So I need to get over on your own section, you know.
I know, hasn't it? Once you straight
You almost said a parent one day. I don't know, is your friend not coming back?
I mean, hearing with like all the COVID, so much of it is still helping now, just getting people out and you know, seeing each other and chatting, and you know, it's that.
It's lovely. I mean, socially, it's just so cool to be able to sort of reach out. And as I said, the COVID didn't stop us. We kept in touch. And days where maybe the girls didn't want us, so we send the message round. Tell us what you have in your lunch, tell us what you have for your break. And they'd turn up on camera going, blah, blah, blah. Salad, I'm being good. I'm like, yeah, where's the cream buns? But yeah, no, it was really good. It was really, really good. I mean, there's a couple of girls that don't come anymore since the COVID has passed. One's got a new grandchild, a new grandbaby, so she's babysitting a lot. The other one's back to work, but while she was off work, she contributed as well, you know. And I mean, that last one, he had a overlocker, so she was putting them together with an overlocker. And doing a great job. And it just really was so much fun. Just keeping together, and you know, we had one girl that was sewing about 50 a week, and another girl, you were lucky if you got 10 out of her, but they were perfect. You know, she'd taken her time, and she says, well, I really want to do them properly. She says, and I can't sew fast. The other girl, I mean, hers were perfect, don't get me wrong, they were perfect, but she's a lot faster sewer, but she used to work in factories. And having worked in factories myself, I know the speed that you have to sew and the quality that you have to turn out. But some of them are just, you know, some of the girls are just home sewers. The last time they looked at a sewing machine was at school, which is sad because these days they don't do it at school anymore.
I didn't learn at school,
no.
So we all go now. So
yeah. and it's really sad. I mean, I've taught my 2 grandchildren, they both sew. And they can handle a sewing machine, they can handle a hand sewing needle. They can sew buttons on, they can take up a skirt or let down a skirt or take it in or whatever. And they've made bits and pieces for themselves. I wouldn't say they're keen on the idea, but...
It's a life skill,
but
that you have that
I
mind.
said, now you know how to do it, you won't be daunted. I think they should bring it back to the schools. They are talking about bringing back some of the basic skills like that. And I hope they do, because it is really sad that kids are growing up and so much is getting wasted because it's all throwaway now. All the passion is just throwaway.
Well, you already touched on it slightly with, you know, I was going to ask just like how important do you think it is for the community to have these kinds of projects going, but like you already showed so much as well that you still...
I think it's really important. I mean, I know that we've got a new course starting in June, which is a cookery class, you know, basic cookery class. And again, for youngsters, I mean, I know my girls, they're at secondary school now and they're doing cookery classes. But there's some that have slipped through the cracks, you know, and don't know how to boil an egg.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let alone, and this course will show them how to budget, make a meal stretch.
And that's so important
yeah,
right now,
and so on and so forth. So I think it's going to be a really good class if people get interested and get into it. Because, I mean, I was watching some kids out there and they were having a picnic and it was all like crisps and biscuits and stuff, and I'm thinking, not the best tea for a child that's been at school all day. You know, I know you get school meals and stuff, but...
and it's so hard as well because that's like some of the cheapest things.
Yeah.
And it is just packets of things.
And these days, with the cost of living going up all the time, you need to be saving things that you buy. Mend it if it's broken, or if you don't like it anymore, you've grown out of it. Unpick it, make it into something new, even if it's just a bag. I've got a friend who said, "Oh, I've got some jeans that they've gone a bit on the legs. I want to cut them into shorts." And I went, "Brilliant." And I said, "And with what's left over, you can make yourself a bag, or some cushions, or a rug." And she sort of went, "What?" And I went, "You can do all of this with bits of scraps of fabric." She went, "I would not have thought of that." Yeah, well, I love the fact that it's for the community. I don't mind volunteering my time if it's going to help people, you know. You're very welcome.